Choose Your Own Adventure, Volume 23, The Crimson Dragons of Oakland. You find yourself in a dark room. You smell something sinister. Do you A, light your lantern, or B, keep quiet in the dark? Choose. You chose A. A dragon sees you and eats your face. You have died. You know how in Harry Potter everybody's all like, Hogwarts is the greatest place in the world. But in reality, it's like Hogwarts is the one place where fucked up shit routinely goes down. And then everyone acts all surprised when the neo-Nazis show up, but it's all like, oh no, how could this happen? At Hogwarts. I don't believe in superheroes. No one is invincible, we all melt. At a certain temperature, we all crack. Under pressure, so no. I don't believe in superheroes. The pen on the other side of the kitchen table will not move. No matter how hard I concentrate, it just sits there. I am 10 years old, and the mythology that I've been fed since birth, folk tales, movies, comic books, video games, it's all built around this reveal. Guess what? The spirits say. You're a wizard. You're a Jedi, or the chosen one. We're at war, and we need you. For decades, Amsterdam has been the center for modern street art, blurring the boundaries between reality and fantasy through creative expression. Now more than ever, we are surrounded by fake news, deep fakes, and face swap technology that makes it increasingly difficult to distinguish fiction and non-fiction. Using art and our own imagination, we are able to cope with reality, change it, or undermine it entirely. So through the poetry, Choose Your Own Adventure by Brenna Toohey, Alex Dang, Doc Lubin, and Lina Reinierson, Hogwarts is Not a Safe Space by Zachary Goldberg, Invincible by Carlos Contreras, and A Pragmatist Guide to Magic by Guante. A program. Because blurring the lines doesn't mean that we can't see clearly. No, wait! I got my finger on the page. I choose B. You choose B. You feel your way to an ominous door. Do you, A, hide under your cloak? Or B, open the door? Choose. You choose B. A dragon leaps out and eats your face. You have died. I was born normal, son of man and woman with two sets of hands, but without a free limb to move mountains, just one man's mouth to move three little men. So I convinced myself at an early age, Superman ain't even half as amazing as my dad. So I'll just believe in him. Focus, the spirits say. That pen on the kitchen table will move. If you're pure of heart, if your cause is righteous, if you just try hard enough, that bully or that abuser or that authoritarian tyrant will lose. Because the bad guys always lose, right? As if the struggle were so simple. As if force were not stronger than the force. As if special powers could ever defeat power, because that pen is still sitting on the other side of the table. It will not move. It never will. Honestly, it seems like Hogwarts was designed this way, to publicly masquerade as a bastion of progressive values, while privately endangering the lives of students that it claims to protect. And isn't that the same lie that institutions of higher education have always told us? A dragon heals you and eats your face. You have died. Got my thumb on the page. Now you are getting really tired. Do you clean your kitchen floor? Look for a job on Craigslist. Pursue your life's passion for 30 years with no guarantee that anything will ever come of it. Choose. A dragon jumps out of your fridge. Your job interview is with a dragon. Dragons are better riders than you. What are you doing, Dad? I do believe in superheroes. Sure I do, he says. I believe in you. I believe in your sheer excellence and can only imagine what you'll do. Well, Dad, wouldn't that make you a superhero too? No. Sometimes our powers leave us when they're through. Strength only comes to those that need it, and I pass mine on to you. Out of broken pieces, we fashion stability. Selflessly for others, we create infinite possibilities, and above all, we always practice complete humility. These institutions have always tried to convince us that they are magic. But it's not magic. They're just using smoke and mirrors. It's misdirection. I wish I could say that this is the moment that I knew that magic isn't real. But honestly, it took longer than that. It took study, and not just science, but history. It took showing up to so many rallies and marches and meetings, developing power that wasn't super, but was still power. It took the biggest mass movement in the history of the world and the failure of that movement. It took so many late nights, comforting friends, doing the work that no one will remember. It took mistakes. It took more mistakes. It took lives. It took and took and took. There is no creature more terrifying than the one in the room when you are alone. But not fighting it is not an option. You can hide under your bed, and there will be a dragon under your bed. You can run for the hills, and the dragon will be in the hills. You are the dragon. Something huge and powerful and impossible to tame. Quit eating your own face. You can set the world on fire. All you have to do is breathe. When Harry and his friends felt that the school was not doing enough to protect them, they built an underground army. It wasn't spell slinging and wand work that saved them. It was just a group of kids who demanded better from the people who were supposed to protect them. And this was my disillusionment. Not a lightning strike, a slow flood. Figuring out that things were not going to get better. Not like magic. We recognize no superpower stronger than solidarity, community, courage, this hard-won knowledge. How a voice doesn't have to be able to move mountains to move people. How it's not about the source of the fire, but about how brightly it burns, how the magic is not whether I pick up that pen with my mind or with my hand. The magic is what I write with it. Sooner or later, the book will get too heavy. You'll run out of fingers for all the pages you wish you could choose again. Every morning starts with a dark room and an ominous door. And there's no such thing as not choosing. Doing nothing is choosing to do nothing. You don't get to start over. This story only has one ending. It's the one where your body is no longer there. All that's left is what you did, while the book was still open. It is up to us who are not chosen, but who choose ourselves and choose each other, who have nothing to offer but the thread binding our storybook bodies together to keep fighting. The spirits don't talk to me. I talk to them, though. I tell them thank you for your silence, for forcing me to pick up that pen myself, for never appearing in the mirror so that I may see myself. The buried treasure in all this rubble. The magic still burning.